Should districts be redrawn before 2018?
It confirmed what we have known in this state, that gerrymandering of redistricting has definitely helped the Republicans, and that they did it in a very willful and cognizant way of drawing those redistricting lines. And so as we look at what that means going into 2018 and then the redistricting in 2020, we support the Iowa Commission, Iowa model, which is a nonpartisan commission to draw those lines. That certainly we have seen those packing in of votes in certain districts in this state, particularly in Milwaukee and Dane County, where there are a great number of Democratic votes. Then we are seeing very few competitive seats around the state, both in the Assembly and in the Senate. The Assembly seats are much smaller, so it's kind of easier to draw those lines in a very weird configuration that really leaves people kind of scratching their heads about how did these lines come into play.
Do you think the line should be redrawn before the 2018 election cycle?
I certainly think that we would look at that opportunity to have those lines redrawn. Now, this case is far from over, but obviously we are pleased with the first ruling that the judges have made to talk about and highlight the concerns that they have with the gerrymandering. It makes sense to make sure that these really are districts that are not so far swinging to the right or to the left. And we see that the highest district in one of the states in Milwaukee is like an 85% Democratic seat versus a Republican that maybe has a 65 seat. There are wide swings in that.
That's that gap that the judges identified.
Yep.
The Attorney General said he's going to appeal it. With our 4-4 U.S. Supreme Court, are you hopeful that the federal judge's ruling stands, that these boundaries were drawn improperly, illegally?
Cautiously optimistic, cautiously hopeful on that, but we understand that like I said, this is far from over, that this will continue to play out, and I'm sure that the majority party who benefits from these lines and benefits from maintaining power, that they will do everything in their power to prevent that from happening and to continue to drag this out. But certainly looking ahead what those lines should look like to really demonstrate competitive seats around the state, I think that is best for democracy.